So I'm starting to share my screen. So I hope that everybody can see it. So officially welcome to this new session of Empower Wednesday. Empower Wednesday is a program which aim is to support international talents in Turku and of course all over Finland. And the partners of Empower Wednesday are International Working Women of Finland, which I represent today, Humak University, Yrittäjät, and Työpiste, Turku City, and Turku Business Region. So all together, we try to shape this series of webinars to try to support you in your working path here in Finland. So today we're going to talk, as I said, about hidden jobs and how to find them. And today's speaker, I'm very glad to say that is Veronika Redin from Työpiste. And just so quickly, I will tell you which webinars will happen next. So hopefully you will join even in the next coming weeks. So next Wednesday, we will talk about services in English for immigrants and to find the help that you need. And this event will be held by Infotori. Then we will have roundtables with international companies. And I really looking forward to this event as big companies will tell more about their work environment. And you can actually make some question and start the conversation about how you can join their realities and what is important for them and what they are looking for in international talents. Then Minna, we will tell us more about the right salary for the job. As you might be aware, there is a bit of discrepancy between the salary for international talent and maybe a native job seeker. So what is the right salary for the job that you're applying? Minna, she will share some secrets about that. Tempo Project, they will have a webinar about how to become a light entrepreneur, which can be an option now as if you are a student or unemployed, or you're looking for a change in your career. Then Ireton, she will tell us about the power of networking and how to do it correctly, as is one of the, Veronika, she will tell us even today more, I believe, networking is one of the key about to be successful in your job search. And finally, Camilla, she will tell us about how to build a community, which is a very important if you are new into the country or if you are wishing to move to another kind of environment. So not only if you want to find a new job, but if you, even, why not, friends. So Camilla is very bubbly speaker, so it will be very entertaining. So today, as I told at the beginning, we will talk about hidden jobs. And Veronika Redin from the city of Turku, Työpiste, she will have 1 hour to tell us a few secrets and tips about how to find those unicorn jobs that they are hidden, but they are somewhere and they can be found. So Empower Wednesday coordinates, if you are wishing, and I hope so, to join for the rest of our program. We have the website in the career in Southwest Finland. There is in the event section, there is a page dedicated to Empower Wednesday. Well, actually, you've been here today to register. So you can find even next event in the same website. There is a Facebook page where we upload every event. We have a new page in LinkedIn. And please do follow us and start a conversation if you have some tips and suggestions or you want to raise some doubts, do even online. We are really happy to follow the discussion. As I said, even this session will be uploaded on YouTube in the International Working Women of Finland channel. You can find the previous session as well. And if you need to contact me, I'm Lucia, and my mail is lucia@iwwoff.com, and I will be glad to answer your question and doubts. As I said at the beginning, in the chat, I wrote, and I will repeat it again, a link to a questionnaire. It's very brief, but do please take a few minutes to answer to that so we can make those Empower Wednesday sessions better in the future. So we appreciate any feedback that you are wishing to give us. So now, without further ado, I welcome Veronika here today. And I start to share my screen. Please, Veronika.
Thank you, Lucia. Thank you. Just a moment. I will start present my to share my presentation. Just a moment. Here is it. Okay. And yes. So, hi everybody. And my name is Veronika Redin, and today I have my last opportunity to present my organization called Työpiste, City Deployment Center of City of Turku. So on the next week, I start to work in another place in T office. So this week is my last work week at City. So I was working here in this organization in Työpiste during last 2 years as a project worker and also as a career consultant. And I am very glad to see so many people here today. I think we have now already 70 participants on the line. It's very nice to see so many people attending this webinar. And I hope that I can give you a lot of new ideas, how to find hidden jobs here, how to pass for an interview, how to increase your network. And also I would like to share my experience and some good information about Finnish labor market. As everybody knows, finding a job here in Finland is still very complicated for immigrants. So I hope that situation will change in the future and the situation will be another and everybody will find the very proper professional position which requires your professional skills. I also have actually immigrant background. I came here to Finland from Russia 16 years ago and came here for studying, and I have my own very long story how I got employed here in Finland. And I was working last 6 years doing consultant work with immigrants, helping them to find a job here in Finland. So I have a lot of experience and experience of my colleagues. So, and my own experience as well. So I try to find the main points which I would like to share with you today. Actually, I would ask you to stop sharing to switch off your cameras, just in a case that I would like that my internet connection will work properly. Thank you for understanding. Okay. So, unfortunately, we don't have so much time today, and we don't have so big opportunity to make open conversation, but you can put your comments and questions to the chat. And it would be very interesting to get know at least where you're from and where do you live presently, for example, and what is your experience in job searching. And Lucia is facilitating this webinar today, so she helps me with monitoring the questions and comments, and I would prefer to answer some questions maybe at the same time, if you wish that.
Sure. Please do write even your LinkedIn. I forgot to say that is a tradition in Empower Wednesday webinars. If you just write your name and your short bio, where are you from, as Veronika asked, anyway, your LinkedIn, we can start to connect. Unfortunately, we cannot meet face to face, but at least online we can see network.
Yes. I can share my LinkedIn account also in the end of the presentation, because now I have not possibility to do that because I'm sharing my presentation at the moment. So I can do it after. But you also can find my contact just using my name, Veronika Redin. So you will find me there. Okay, let's move on. No. Okay. So today we will speak about how does the labor market work in Finland, and which tools we can use to find hidden jobs here in Finland. Of course, in every rule, there is also an exception, but the things I will be speaking about today were noticed by me and experienced by me and also by my colleagues and friends also during a long time. So we have different factors affecting employment situation generally and also our possibilities to find a work. First, and the most basic one is market and economical situation in the country. For example, now we have coronavirus, which has brought so many problems to our society and affected so many companies' business. As a result, companies suffer from income reducing and cannot pay salary for even permanent workers. And now we have much more unemployed people than a year before. So here you can see some new numbers which can describe the situation at the moment. So number of unemployed people increasing, and what has increased from last year. And of course, competition for certain positions is growing all the time. Next level is employers' readiness to employ people and specifically immigrants. These factors we can divide, for example, into financial factors, for example, economic situation of each company, corporative culture, requirements for certain job position. And of course, there are some personal attitudes of each employer that can also affect the readiness to employ a person with immigrant background. For example, it can be xenophobia, some cultural reasons, racism, and so on. And the next level is about our own characteristics and criteria. Which kind of work we are ready to do, which terms we can accept, and what we can offer for an employer. So our educational background, work experience, skills, ideas, and motivation. If we have some personal limitations and criteria for work, for example, amount of salary, certain professional field and position level. So all these things make a variety of possible jobs smaller or wider. And if we cannot change two first level factors, market and employer attitudes, we still can manage with our own attitudes and characteristics, and in this way increase our possibility to get work. And of course, it's not a secret that usually people have to do something in purpose to get any work, and at least to send once a week CV or job application. So this job hunting process is the next gate that brings you to your target. How you manage the process, which tools and channels you use, all these things affects the final result. But you should not forget other previous factors. They have bigger influence than this one on the job hunting. Maybe the situation is not so perfect in the country at the moment, and maybe you have applied to such company where business is not doing well now. And the last factor, in my opinion, is luck and active life position. To get to know right people, to be in the right time and in the right place. So I think like it's very crucial sometimes. So how do you think? Is luck exists, or is it just a result of our previous actions? I would like you to share your thoughts and your opinion in the chat. You can, for example, conversate in the chat about this question. So does it exist or not, the luck in the job hunting process? I would like to know your thoughts about that. Or just it's like the process, job hunting process, and active life position, which affects getting a job. So features of labor market in Finland. So how does the system work here? The Finnish labor market is characterized by equality and the principles of democracy. It is known that some countries have a highly hierarchical system and management style. In Finland, foremen and supervisors do not position themselves at a higher level than their workers. A feature of Finnish work culture is teamwork and cooperation. Communication with boss is, for example, more informal than in many other countries. And it also doesn't matter if your boss or workmate older or younger than you. Everybody doing the same work is in the same position. Of course, there is some subordination. Yes, of course, it exists on the working place, but foremen are much near to workers. We usually can speak about such kind of serving leadership in Finland. Of course, there are some difference between organizations, and for example, in the public sector organization, there are still some hierarchy principles. Somebody has opened microphone. Thank you.
And we close it.
Thank you, Lucia. So democracy is one of the main features of Finnish working culture. Executives try to take care of the workers and to take a notice of opinion of every worker. Of course, maybe in some companies, organizations, it's not so clear, but generally it is like that. The Finnish labor market system is also based in on agreement and mediation. Agreements on working conditions and pay have been made between employees and the employer for decades. These agreements are called collective agreements, or in Finnish language, TES, and they are made separately for each field and profession. The agreements and recommendations of the International Labour Organization, ILO, form the basis for Finnish agreements as well. So its main principle in the development of working life is triangularity, which means cooperation and negotiation between organizations of employers, employees, and also the government of the country. And professional unions seek to protect the interests and rights of their members, try to improve wages and employment safety, and improve the quality of working life. And professional unions in Finland have a lot of power, and they are very active here in Finland than in other countries, for example. Another feature is lifelong learning. So Finnish working life is also characterized by lifelong learning. According to Finns, lifelong learning is a fundamental right, and extensive general education is a value in itself. People are constantly learning in a number of different environments, both at work, with family, and in their leisure activities. We learn and study new things in Finland in order to succeed in a changing world and to grow up on a working place. Learning aims at growth as a person and development in things that are important to oneself. So here you can also see the link to one study made by Sitra. It's one of the biggest organizations here in Finland making studies. So you can find a study here about lifelong learning in Finland. It's very interesting. Okay, and here you can, we also have a lot of lack of professionals here in Finland, and the competition in certain areas is very high at the same time. On the website Ammattibarometri, you can find the present situation in different professional fields. Is there like a luck or is there a competition? So we can find information there. And the thing you have to understand when you come to Finland, oh, I see questionnaire here. Close it. Okay. The thing you have to understand when you come to Finland and you're willing to get to work here, that you will be competing for good positions with different groups. The first group is locals, so Finns from the city you live and also from other cities, which probably are searching for a job in the city you live. So they speak Finnish properly, they speak English as well, and they have Finnish education. Another group you are competing with is also immigrants, which have been living here for a longer time, maybe even born here, and also they speak Finnish very well, or at least at intermediate level or high level, and having also here network and education. And the last group is recently moved immigrants, which are also very ambitious, motivated, and they have a lot very good education from abroad. Another cruel truth about Finnish labor market is fixed term contracts. So before somebody, also a Finn, gets permanent contract, usually he or she will work on fixed term contract. Employer gives permanent contracts to person already well known in organization or company and which already showed personality and the skills. Finnish legal system is built very strictly and it protects workers' rights very well. And for an employer, it's very difficult to fire a person on permanent contract. So that's why a lot of people usually start from fixed term contracts and after that they can get permanent. So employer would like to check you as a worker and a person, how we will do together with a team and how we manage the tasks. And another side of the coin is that a lot of people are still working many years only on fixed term contracts and never get permanent contract. Anyway, you should to know that a reason to give fixed term contract should be somehow explained in the contract. So there should be some kind of reason. But some employers can still get around the law. So it's sometimes it's so difficult to get permanent position. Also, the law says that if person is long-term unemployed, for example, over 1 year, the reason on fixed-term contract is not necessary to explain. For example, if you see open vacancy on permanent job, the truth is that in most cases, the place already is intended for another person worked before in this company or organization on fixed term contract, or this person has made internship in the organization. So I could say that getting permanent contract, being outsider is like winning a lottery here. And also starting from low paid work is very usual here. A lot of Finns also start to work at very simple jobs, especially when they don't have any other work experience. And in Finland, it's okay comparing to other countries, because here you can move on and grow your career path in one company. And of course, as I said earlier, I think it also requires lifelong learning and attending different courses if you want to grow up in one company. And in Finland, Forment actually accept and support workers in their growth if they would like to get more education and attend different courses during their work contract. And I know a lot of cases when persons started as a cashier, for example, in a market chain and became a manager in their main office. Or also, I know one guy from Turku, which started as a ship cleaner here. And after he became a team leader and HR manager. So, and he doesn't speak Finnish, even only English. So being insider, it is much easier to get a proper professional job, dream job, because usually companies prefer to hire people from inside. So if you have potential and skills, if you are motivated and you're able to show this to others, to your foreman, so of course you will succeed. We all know that there are a lot of places and companies which doesn't require Finnish skills, but we also know that official language is Finnish and most people living here speak Finnish language. So requirements depends a lot on industry and position. Some areas are working in English language, for example, researchers, scientists, but still they want, a lot of people would like to communicate with colleagues in Finnish. And in some professions, is enough to, if you manage at level A2 and sometimes C1 or C2 is required. We can also explain that, for example, by different safety issues and safety instructions. And also, of course, a lot of documentaries making in Finnish. This is the main reason of that. And networks and contacts here in Finland are very crucial. I think also in many countries, the situation is the same. So in Finland, if you want to get a good job, usually you need to know somebody, especially if you don't have previous work experience and work history in Finland. That doesn't mean corruption, but that means getting information from the first hands, getting recommendation, for example, from a certain person. And being insider is much easier to get job from the same field because people already know you and the way you're doing work and your professional skills. So question is more about how to get proper information about hidden jobs and letting people know about your skills. But we will talk about that later today. And here in Finland, recommendation is a worth of gold. So it is important to know somebody because usually people ask friends, colleagues, people from their network if they can recommend somebody for a certain open hidden position. And Finland is a very small country and everybody knows each other. So it's very easy to lose confidence here. So Finnish people appreciate the recommendations they give. They never recommend somebody if they are not sure for 100% in characteristics and skills of certain person. So if you ask a known person, somebody, for giving recommendation, you put him or she in a very uncomfortable situation because he or she would not prefer to do that because he or she doesn't know you properly. But for example, if you have at least one referee which can recommend you as a worker, it would be enough. Okay. The next and maybe very cold hard truth is discrimination and hierarchy. So yes, it exists in Finland, and about this phenomenon is made study in 2019. So one sociologist from University of Helsinki made a correspondence field experiment and sent 5,000 job applications from 5 different job applicants representing different cultural and ethnic background. This study represents different results about racism and discrimination. And as you can see, for example, some nationalities are more preferable by employers than others. So all job applicants from the study were equivalent by their education, work experience, and skills. The study shows that as an immigrant, you might send much more job applications to get even an invitation to a job interview. And if you would like to read more about this study, here you can see the link. So it's study made, I think, also in English maybe, but also you can find it in Finnish. And of course, there are a lot of other interesting things about Finnish labor market and the system generally, but we don't have enough time today to speak about all of them. So as you know, a lot of open vacancies, positions existing on the market even is not published on the internet. So usually these workplaces are filled by old contacts, previous workers, interns, and recommended persons. But this doesn't mean that sending application or open application is useless. No, maybe some company will start recruiting in the near future. So yes, you need to send open applications everywhere you want, in every company you are interested in. So let's talk about tools and channels you need to use when you're searching for a job, and also hidden job. So there are different ways to look for a job, and I divided them into 3 levels. So tools of basic level would be enough, for example, to look for a simple type of work. Intermediate level means that if basic level doesn't work, you need to use more energy, time, and imagination to find out a job. This could work also for simple job or more specified job. Professional level tools are for those people which are willing to work as professionals in their own field. These tools and jobs require a lot of energy, creativeness, and time. I think that a lot of you already know most of them and already tried to use them for many times. And you can give your comments into the chat and share your experiences with everybody. It will be very interesting to get your thoughts regarding each tool, for example, if you tried already some of them. Okay, so basic level. I will present the basic level very shortly because I think that everybody of you already know these websites, but I think the most common and basic website is a website of TE Office. So this is the first one here, TE-palvelut.fi. So I think almost all companies from Finland publish their open positions on this website. Sometimes you can find some positions, some advertisements in English also. And for international job seekers, there are different websites for international talents. So there are the 3 last one. Jobs working in Finland, Jobs Finland, and recruitointi.com. You can discover this website and you can find a lot of open positions there. So employment agencies actually are very popular in Finland among employers and employees. And because for many of them, it brings independence from some obligations. So a big amount of jobs pass to the market through their services. They can offer as short-term as long-term contracts. And employment agencies, working through employment agencies, it would be a very good opportunity to get work experience from different companies and to get to know a lot of new people from different companies. And customer company of employment agency can also offer permanent contract to the rented worker if it likes it. And so, as I said earlier, also a lot of Finns start from low-paid work and grow up in one company. So this one path is also going to be one opportunity to get good, proper professional position. And now there's also a lot of companies which are making silent recruiting for the customers, the customer companies, so-called headhunters. They also existing here in Finland. Their main target group is specialists, and they use any possible method to get people. So usually use LinkedIn to find candidates and to contact them by private message, and where they offer to come for an interview, for example. I heard a lot of times from one my friend how headhunters tried to steal her for another company, and she went for different interviews and they offered maybe higher salary for her. So if you're interested in the services, you can leave an open application on their website. So when they get a new order from some customer company for some position, for some specialist, so and if this position will answer requirements and your skills, so they will contact you. And here you can see one link where you can find the list of headhunters companies. You can also discover them by this link. Okay, now we pass to the intermediate level. So I would prefer to call this level as a free riding on the web. So it means searching for information, monitoring different news, what is going on over here in the region. Maybe some companies increasing their production and starting big recruitings. So it would be a very good moment to apply. So getting a lot of information through newspapers and from the news and from internet. And one of the tools of this intermediate level is open applications. So you need to start to send open applications, and you need to make a list of companies of your professional area or companies you're interested in and start to discover them. Maybe you would like to choose one or several target companies, and you need to find out information about these companies you're interested in. And you can use, for example, Finecta website or the website of Chamber of Commerce in Turku. They also have the list of their members. For example, personally, I like to use Finecta. It's a very simple and easy one. There you can find, I think, all in Finland registered companies and their contacts and links to their websites. So you just need to put some keywords in a search bar, and after you will get a big list of different companies. So you need to choose most interesting ones and start to discover them. So visit their website and monitor their news. You have to think about what you could offer for them if you apply for the work. So if you have some interesting new idea, some solution, or you can offer your professional skills, and you can write them an open application based on that. And this perspective would give you an advantage as a job seeker. And maybe you can find some on the website, you will find contact of the HR person of the company. So you can find the name and you can find this person from LinkedIn, and maybe would like to put to this person some private message and ask for advice or some idea. Don't ask for a job straightly. So it's most important to contact the person. And also it's good to, when you discover the company, also to, it's good idea to discover companies, co-companies, collaboration companies, suppliers, distributors, or with competitors. And it also would be a very good idea to apply for the work for them. And it would brings you to near to your target company. So this work should be made systematically, and you need a clear plan for that. So it's some kind of a spy work. Make a map or a table, create several columns and put company's name in a list, make fields for companies, representatives, names and contacts, and also you can put a date in one column when you have sent an open job application. So also you have to remember to put information in the table. Did you get answer from the company? If not, so you can call them by yourself, maybe for example for after a couple of days. Another very interesting tool to become insider of the company is to make internship. So internship could be provided, organized as a työkokeilu through T office or by school, university. So there are no other way to organize to do internship in a company and organization, only these two. Because this is of Finnish law, so internship should be paid somehow. So työkokeilu is paid by T office. You get an employment benefit from T office, and school internship also can be paid by employer. It also can be unpaid, but anyway, it's officially registered, and it can be also paid. And the salary depends on employer. There are also different work, insurance and safety issues, why it should be organized from T office and school, because employer cannot provide work insurance for people are not officially registered at the company. So if internship organized from T office, so T office provides the insurance, and if it's from school, so school, university provides this insurance as well. And before you start any internship, you have to think very carefully what place it could be. And you have to remember two main criteria for the place of internship. The first criteria is that internship place should give you new skills, increase your professionalism, and be enough challenging. After a very fruitful internship period, you can pretend on the same work, for example, in other company, or maybe the same company, the company of internship could employ you. Maybe you'll get other benefits, such as growing your network, getting know right people, and getting good recommendations from the place of an internship. Another criteria is that company or organization also should really need workers at the moment, or at least in the future, nearest future. If it doesn't give you professional development, the place of your development of your skills, and doesn't give you a workplace as well, so it means that this company or organization just use interns for free. So during internship, it is good to learn some new tasks, meet community and work culture of company, increase Finnish language skills, for example. So after that, you will become more attractive to your future employer. And also remember to ask feedback or recommendations from every internship place. Next tool is job fairs. So job fairs are organized for employers which really need working power. When you go to a job fair, print many CV as you can, take your best mood with you and go to speak with representatives. It's a very good opportunity to show yourself and make the first impression. Maybe you will speak with a lot of people without any result, but maybe somebody will notice and remember you. For example, the same thing happened to my old colleague. I was working with her at Työpiste in Osamis Keskus project. So she came here abroad as an expat, and she went to one big job fair here in Turku, and she was speaking with one representative from our office. And after that, she got a call and she got a job from city of Turku. And here you can find the links where you can find information about upcoming events here in our region. There are also a lot of different projects in Turku helping immigrants in job hunting. Their services are free, and most of them make in collaboration with local companies. So they also provide very useful information about working culture, job hunting tips, and so on. There you can get even your own mentor, for example, which can lead you and support you during your job hunting process. And a little bit about our organization and about Osamis Keskus project. So my organization I was working in, it also provides hidden job services. We have a separate team which contact companies and ask them for job vacancies. So after that, we register all information and put vacancies in the list, and all our customers of our employment center, if they feel requirements of employer, they could be presented by our career consultants to these hidden jobs. Before Corona, actually, we had a lot of different job advertisements, hidden jobs. And when Corona came to Turku, to Finland, most of companies informed us that they don't have recruiting needs anymore. And so we lose, I think, all our hidden jobs positions for the year. But now the situation is changing in a better way, and employers inform us about different open positions in the company. So if you're interested in these services and if you live in Turku, officially you can register yourself as a customer of Työpiste, and you can be presented for any position you are interested in. And Osamis Keskus project I was working in is part of the Työpiste organization, and actually it is a countrywide project, and it's working in bigger cities in Finland also, in Espoo, Vantaa, Helsinki, and last year Osamis and Tampere, and last year Osamis Keskus was launched in Kuopio and Oulu, if I remember right. And the first one was opened in Helsinki. So it's called Studying Osamis Keskus, and they have already really big network with local companies, and they have consultants which can serve you in different languages as well. And one of the successful stories I heard from Helsinki is about one application developer which passed to work in Nordea Bank. So Osamis Keskus career consultant helped him when he was already going to move back to his home country, because he was trying to find jobs for so long, but Osamis Keskus helped him and gave him recommendations to the bank. So to become a customer of Osamis Keskus, you should be registered at T office as an employed job seeker, and also you should live in a certain municipality where a project exists or has been launched. Okay, now we pass to the professional level. So this level is more about how to increase your network, how to get good contacts. All of you know that without contacts and local network is very difficult and impossible, almost impossible to get any professional job here, unfortunately. And these jobs are hidden. They already maybe has been promised for somebody. And of course, recommendations influences a lot on the decision to employ any person. So it's important to know right people, to show them your potential and your skills. And most important thing also that people should like you. They should have some sympathy to you and to wish to recommend you. So, and also they need to be sure in your professional and personal skills. So the main point is to let people know about your professional skills, to show them. So these tools at this professional level, they are a little bit complicated. They require real professional and social skills and also big motivation. So using them takes a lot of time. And also it requires a lot of energy and believing in yourself. But if you're really dreaming about your job, about your professional position, you really like to do it here, so I think it wouldn't be a big problem to do these things I mentioned below. Okay, so how can you grow up your network here? Firstly, you need to visit all professional circles, network meetings, trainings, professional training seminars, and conferences. So you can become, for example, a member of professional union. As I said earlier today, professional unions are very active here in Finland. So they organize a lot of different networking and educational events for their members. And if you attend these events, you can meet there a lot of new people from your professional area. So you can make new contacts there. You can find information about these events, for example, also from their websites and other events of your professional area. You can find, of course, on LinkedIn, in the open internet, just Googling, for example, and on the websites of universities. Usually, they also organize different seminars and conferences. If you already know some people working in your professional area, ask them for a tip where you can meet other professionals of your field. And for example, which courses, seminars you could attend. If you're not working at the moment, if you have enough time, it's a very good opportunity to get new experience, skills, occupation, and to attend some new courses, because there you can meet new people, you can meet the teachers, which can share very useful information with you. And also Professional Expo is a very good place to make new contacts. So you need to go there and to speak with people and show your professionalism. For example, giving comment about some new technology and sharing your own experience. Maybe it's not necessary to ask for a job straightly, but fruitful dialogue will make a very good impression and person will probably remember you. And it's also good to remember to be natural and not too much intrusive. Honest concernment in the subject or product and company itself is the best way to make an impression on the person. And for example, the same thing with conferences. If you're a researcher, for example, or professional in some area, and you wish to pass into some project, to research some topic or to develop some product, you have to attend these conferences about topic you're interested in. So don't be too much shy. You need to meet people and speak with them. Present yourself. Take a part in a small conversation on breaks, for example, or you can give a comment to a key speaker. So try to be visible and to get to know influencers of the field, which could affect your employment, which could give you an advice or recommendation. If you ever pass the work interview, some of this person, they will probably remember you somehow, or just they have a feeling that you have already met before somewhere. So these people use the same rule, and for them is some kind of risk to take totally unknown person in their research projects. So so at least you should be familiar to him, to them. And if you even say something stupid, in your opinion, the person will probably not remember this thing you said, but he or she will remember you or your name. And when you will be applying for some researcher position in the university, your name also will be already known somehow. I actually heard a story from my friend. She was a student and was participating in one conference with one professor, and she asked a very interesting and difficult question to this professor, to the speaker, and he couldn't even answer it at the moment. So after the presentation, they had a small talk, and professor said that he was so impressed by this question. It was so difficult and so professional. So he would like to employ this, my friend, she was a student at this moment. So she would like to employ her when she will graduate. So the thing that you need to be visible everywhere and to show your professionalism if you really know the things. You can also, for example, ask for advice. Your previous professor or teacher, you can use their own contacts, their network. Doesn't matter if you studied, for example, in another country. Maybe your teacher from your university knows somebody from Finland or from local university. So the same thing happened to me when I was graduating from a university. I was studying here in Finland, and I just said on one seminar what I would like to do in the future. I said that I would like to help immigrants and to share my experience to them and to be useful for them, because I've got a lot of experience also regarding my job hunting and everything. So, and my teacher after that, she told me that they launch a new project in the university. They launched a new project, and she said me that I can try to apply to this project, and she will give recommendations to me. So that is how I passed to my first professional job positions in Finland. And from this work started my career here in Finland. And I was very thankful for my teacher. And it's very important to say aloud what you want to do, what you're willing to do, that everybody knows that. Okay, so another very interesting way to get new contacts is volunteering. Why? So firstly, you stay active on the labor market. Secondly, you can use all your skills making volunteering work and keep them on the level and even develop them and get new ones. If you're professional, it will be noticed for sure. And actually, Finnish people like to make volunteering work, and they very appreciate when other is doing it as well. And thirdly, in the third sector, there's a big possibility to meet a lot of people from different fields and organizations. So non-profit organizations collaborate with municipalities, companies, and other NGOs. So back in this work, you will meet a lot of different actors. You can tell them that you're looking for a job, for example, but now you have to do a volunteering because you prefer to stay active. You want to keep your skills on the level, get to know Finnish culture, learn the language, and make something useful as well for society. For me, one very great example is Lucia, who has launched this program last year. Yes. I'm personally very impressed by her motivation and energy. She's doing her work now. And she's a very good example of how to increase the network and get to know good people from the field. And Lucia already knows key persons of municipality and representatives of local companies as well. That's right.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, I started volunteer international working women in Finland, and then Tempo project we come up with this idea to start this series of webinars because we could see the need. So, and then we start to network with the right people, as you said, in the municipality, and but I have a community of 5,000 people that support me in this. So I'm not alone.
Great. Thanks. Okay. And the last tool I think for you is, and I think it's a little bit difficult for somebody, it's professional blog or portfolio. So this tool is for those who has really something to say, and it's not for everybody, but if you have really your own opinion, you would like to share with other world, some of their thoughts, your new point of view, new ideas. If you want to comment something happening in the society, so it's a very good way to show your professionalism and to get visibility. So you can make your blog in some live journals. You can try to write in newspapers or magazines. Maybe you could start from professional magazines or newspapers of non-profit organizations. So there are so many ways to find right channel. And a lot of different organizations keep their own blogs. So maybe it would be social media as LinkedIn or Facebook. You even can make your own web page and start to gather useful information there. So main point in all of these tools is to be visible somehow. Make something people can see and can see you and notice you. Activeness is very important in Finland. Being everywhere, knowing right people is the best way to get a job proposal. So Finland is not so big country, and Turku is a rather small city. And in Finland live only over 5 million people. So getting know right people in this country is not so difficult process. So maybe a good thing in other hand and not so good in another. So everybody knows each other, especially in same professional field. And maybe it would take only a couple of years to get know how everything is working here and who are the main actors and influencers. Now, finally, yeah, of course, and friends, please use your friends and not so well-known people, because they might know people you need, and they can spread the word about you. So tell everybody about what would you like to do, what you're searching for a job, what is your aim. Tell everybody, because if you will not tell, nobody will know that. Yeah, be visible, show your professionalism and motivation, and tell other people your story and your aim, and ask for advice. People usually like to give advice and to be useful, and they, of course, I will tell everything you ask with a big pleasure. And some more advice for you finally. So as I said already, be visible and proactive. Attend different events, speak with people, share the thoughts in internet, tell everybody what you want. I also actually heard stories when after a long period of job searching without any hope, person share your own story to somebody, and this another person recommends him or her to contact certain company, or it can even make a work proposal for him. So this thing could also can happen with you. Ask people for an advice or information. As we say in Russia, information is the weapon. So ask for advice, especially from successful people from your professional area. Ask them how did they get a job? What was their professional path? You can ask also what is going on in the field and which are the most important things. Maybe they can also recommend you to contact some person they know. Be hardworking, and searching for a job is also a job. It takes, of course, a lot of time and energy. It should be systematic. But anyway, if you want to get something, you know that you should make something for that. And be systematic, make a plan. Without a plan, you are moving without certain direction, which means that you are moving nowhere. Believe in yourself, and if you don't believe in yourself, so who will believe? So the most important thing to believe. And you can also develop your own strategy. You can get motivation from other people, from their successful stories. You can take an example. You know, every situation is different, and you have to make your own plan and to act as you can. And be as water and be the flow. So that means that water can be quiet and strong at the same time. If water meets a barrier, it changes direction, but finally it finds the right way. The water is stubborn, and water sharpens a stone. So be the water. And remember also first impression rule. Answer all calls. Remember to smile and answer this cheerful voice. Don't show you're scary and that you has just woke up. So, and always be ready to meet your future and luck every moment. You never know what can happen tomorrow or on some event you're attending. Maybe you will meet the person which can help you in the future. And don't complain, be positive. People like positive people with motivation and big energy. And have the courage to try new things, even if these things are not from your professional specialization, but in the future they might be very useful for you and help you to meet new people. Learning new, we're making our world brighter and wider. And the last one from me, start to learn Finnish language because it can help you much more. It will bring you advantage anyway. So thank you for your attention. And here you can find our contacts of Työpiste. I will not share my personal contacts because I am now finishing my career at City of Turku for the moment. So, but if you want to contact anybody of our career consultants, you can call to our common telephone number, or you can put a mail message. And when Corona is over, welcome to our office at Käsitoleskatu 10 in the center of city. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Veronika. A lot of people are thanking you in the chat. I didn't see any questions, so if you do have a question, please do it. So, but I think everything was so clear and well presented that people are just thanking you. And as I said in the chat, we will send you this presentation in the email that you use for your registration. So do not worry if you didn't take any notes about the links, especially that Veronika was sharing. As I said in the chat, Veronika, she's currently employed in the city of Turku. So few of her example was based on Turku, but as she said, Osaamiskeskus in other cities in Finland, and those are mainly general tips about how to do your job search. So thank you, Veronika. And
thank you very much for this opportunity to speak to the people. And I hope that you got a lot of new ideas and motivation in your job hunting. So, and thank you. And actually, I recommend to contact our careers from Osaamiskeskus, and they serve, for example, in English as well, in Finnish, Dari, Persian, Arabic. Yes, so if you want, you can get also this is from there also.
Great. Now we will leave the this Zoom link open. If you would like to connect and share your experience, please do so. I'm not going to stop the Zoom link. I will now stop the registration though. And